Good morning. We have to grocery shop, lesson plan, and make content for the week, and you're coming with me. So let's get to it. I set 3 goals for myself every day: home goal, a kid goal, and a personal goal. So these are my goals for today. Saturday was my cleaning planner. I was supposed to do bedrooms, but we spent most of our day in urgent care. So that just moves to today, which is totally fine. For the kids, I need a lesson plan, and for me, I want to bake. And I want to bake things for them to have for breakfast to make my week easier. And then this is what I need to do for work for the week. These are all the videos I need to film for the week ahead. So my big major goals for today are to take this wall and turn it into spring. Our family does a little bucket list every season, and so that's gonna be spring. And right here is like our homeschool station. It's kind of turning into a catch-all, so I need to organize that. I need to change that calendar over to March. And down here is my preschoolers section. And if you can see, her bins are still Valentine's Day. I give her like learning sensory bins. So I need to transform those into like something spring. So lofty goals today. We'll see if we get it all done. We are heading to the grocery store, but first things first, we are stopping at our favorite bakery, and this is the best bakery I have ever been to. I cannot wait to show you. My husband and I have been coming to this bakery for years now, and it is probably one of my favorite places on earth. First stop on the grocery tour is Costco. Found a book. My kids live for this. We are done at Costco and we spent too much money. Costco is done and now it's this one's turn to go to Aldi. We got everything we needed at Aldi's, so we are all done grocery shopping, which is the best because I got enough to do at home. We are back from the grocery store, so let me show you what we're having for dinner this week. Meal 1 is our go-to, and it is breakfast night, and this week we're having pancakes. Meal 2, we always have some kind of pasta night, so this week we are having ravioli with some green beans. My mom brings these up from Trader Joe's because she actually lives near one, and if you've never had these are so good and one of my favorite easy weeknight dinner ideas. The next meal, we are having sloppy joes, and hopefully the kids will like it. The next recipe is one we have been doing for years and years. It is Korean beef bowls, and they are so good. And finally, the last meal was requested by the kids. It is my husband's homemade mac and cheese with some fish sticks. I always provide like a copy of my bucket list for whoever wants it for free. So right now I'm designing the spring bucket list, and I just do it all in Canva. And so I'll like change all the text and then I'll just add images, and it's a super easy way to have a freebie and for other families to join in with us. And that is our little spring bucket list. And now I'm going to take that and I'm going to put it on this wall over here. I make this bucket list every season, and to make it I bought this dowel and then these leather straps off of Amazon, and then this is just butcher block paper, and then every season I'll just bring it down and then make the new one and then decorate it. I usually get like garlands and things to decorate from the Dollar Tree. And this is our finished bucket list. I love it. Okay, now that this is all done, let me take you through a week of planning for homeschooling lessons for my first grader and my preschooler. And I'm going to take you through each subject and what we're doing and what I have planned for it. So for math, we do Beast Academy, and basically what I do is I just go through our curriculum and I pick the pages that we're doing. So we are finishing up our unit on subtraction, and so we're going to do this page, and then these are, this is kind of a new unit based off of subtraction, and we will be learning strategies to solving subtraction problems where there are more than 2 numbers. So I am excited for that. So basically what I do is I go through the book and then I just pick a couple of pages for us to do. Since he is 6, I try not to do more than like a 2-pager. Otherwise it just becomes very overwhelming very fast. And each little section is kind of a new idea that they're introducing. Next up is our reading curriculum. We are doing foundations, logic of English. And so I like to always spend the first day of the week reviewing all of these phonograms, just because obviously there's so many, so I like to make sure that it's fresh in his mind. So we'll review the phonograms, we'll review some spelling words, and then we'll get into the lesson for the week. As you can see, the lessons are set up by phonogram practice, and then you'll work on grammar, spelling. It teaches kids so many different spelling rules, and then practice to go with the spelling. And then there is reading and reading comprehension all in one lesson. And so I try to spend a week on the entire lesson, giving us plenty of time to review, and then we can move forward if necessary. But I'm finding with how intense this is that it's good to just spend a lesson a week. I also like to add a read aloud that we do together. So we have been loving Ratnip. It is so fun. I definitely recommend this if you have a young reader. We are doing Handwriting Without Tears, and we are actually almost finished with this book. So we are gonna have to move on to the second grade unit because I have drawn this out long enough. I usually pick some writing prompts for us to do, but I'm finding that with this, it's actually better for him to pick. So I'm gonna let him pick this week what he wants to write about, because this is all kind of free writing and it's all opinion-based writing. And then after this week, we will be moving on to second grade handwriting. For science, we are just finishing up our unit on the animal kingdom, and we are moving on to the plant kingdom. I love this curriculum. It is so nice. It is so easy. All you're gonna do is basically have your kid read a little page, and then there's a corresponding lab that goes with it. And this will be fun because I think that I can make my preschooler learn about flowers too. So that'll be our theme for this week, and that's easy peasy, and they'll both be learning it at the same time. Our science curriculum recommends this book, so I got it from eBay to supplement with. And then one of our handwriting days I reserved to do our lab, because our lab requires a little bit of writing, and so I don't want to have our reports and then a handwriting paragraph as well. As you can see, this book is great because our first week in the plant kingdom, we will be learning all about flowers. And so this is just a nice way for us to review things and flip through here and talk about all the parts of a flower. And then we will do our lab, where this week we are just coloring the flower and talking about it. And then we will actually, I need to go get a flower because we will be dissecting a flower apparently. So I need to go get flowers. For social studies, we do core knowledge. This is completely free curriculum. And so this part here is what the teacher talks about and some questions to ask. And the students get this. It's a little reader. We are currently working on ancient American civilizations, and we were almost done this unit. We'll be done by the end of next week. For music, I found this curriculum on Teachers Pay Teachers. It was $30 and it's great. Each lesson is super simple, and each month goes over different musical concepts. And I just feel like it's really engaging and fun for kids. So I will do each lesson I'll do per week, because she intends for all this to be done in March. Then we have art. I like to use this book that I found off of Amazon, and I also like to use this book too because this one is a lot more technical. So right now our next unit is on texture. We just finished a unit on value, and so this will have a little project. But I tend to also enjoy this book. It just has a lot of really fun projects for us to do, and so in case I don't like a project in this book, I can just go over here and pick one. And then to finish it up for health, we're just going to talk about nutrition, and so they want kids to learn about the food pyramid, so I'll probably do some kind of rendition of that for health. Okay, so this is a little flower unit I made her. We're gonna label the flowers together. These are some fun pre-writing skills that she can do. Some shadow identification. Then we're gonna talk about the different shapes here. A little craft here where we can cut out the flowers and then glue them to pipe cleaners, some scissor practice. This I thought was really cool. We can talk about the days of the week and kind of use this little pointer to make this. Or we can just sit here and just go through all the days of the week together. And then we're going to be working on the letters F, S, and P this week and maybe the next few weeks. And then I'm thinking up some fun little activities for us to do too, and then putting that in this just for me to have. So once I finish up setting her preschool activities, I make her sensory bins as well. And I think I'm gonna do a flower one and maybe like a rainbow themed one for St. Patrick's Day. And I have to think of one more, but let me show you her sensory bins. Okay, here are all the bins that I made for my preschooler, and let me take you through them. So this one is an alphabet bin, so we have rice. She can kind of fill these letters in with rice. She can trace them with her finger. And another cool thing is I found these gold coins at the Dollar Tree, and she can find a gold coin and then match it right here. And this we would do together. She can play independently with it, but the matching and more complicated things we would do together. And we can also use these to count, so we can count these as we add them to the bucket. So there's a lot of opportunities for play in just a bin. You don't have to be stuck with just like one idea. Since we're doing flower unit, I made her like a little garden bin with these little flowers that she can build, and we can talk about how to grow a garden, what plants need, and then she can kind of just like add to it. And this base right here is kinetic sand, which is one of my favorite sensory bases. And then finally, this last bin is an insect bin. And my idea with this is that she can use her little blocks to build a bug hotel. And then this she can just interact with and play with, but I think she'll like building the insects a bug hotel. And then we can count how many blocks we use in the hotel together. Okay, I still need to clean this. This is a project for tomorrow maybe. But I did manage to clean this. So this is kind of my like extra art stuff for homeschooling. This is my preschoolers area. These are her bins and extra stuff for her bins, some books, and then like any sheets that we will be doing for the week for her, I kind of just put in this little basket, as well as these letter cards, which I love because this teaches kids letters with pictographs, and so I love this. I think it's super effective, and so I like to have these here on hand. And then this just slides right in. So this section is organized, and that will be a project for tomorrow. Okay, I am ending the vlog here. I still have a little bit of work to do, but I feel like we got most of our to-do list done. And as you can see, our Sundays are hectic and busy, but it kind of feels good to prepare for the week ahead. Anyways, I will see you in the next video. Bye.